Hi everybody, this is Steve from SMKR, that's Scale Model Kit Review. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Anyway, this is my official entry for the 2017 Halloween group build hosted by the Model Shop, and that would be Boyd Crompton. So what you see here are a few kits that I own. Only one of them I built, and that was the mummy kit that you see in the center there. That was an original Halloween group build from 2 years ago, and I never finished it. That was from a Halloween group build from the Styrene Syndicate back a couple years ago. And I never finished it, and I finished it recently. So I'm very happy and pleased with this, the mummy kit. And I believe that's a Polar Lights kit. Highly recommended if you don't own one already. The Phantom on the Opera on the left is actually, I purchased that pre-built and painted, and that's an original Aurora kit from 1963, I believe. So it's pretty cool. I plan on repainting it, but right now it's been on display out in my my sports room / Green Bay Packer man cave. And the very large statue on the right is a wonderful sculpt I got from Kit Kong. Once again, it was a pre-painted Frankenstein sculpt. It's fantastic. It's an original. He didn't produce too many of these. He also produced kits, which I have, and it's boxed up and put away. But I plan on building that one day, along with the creature from the Black Lagoon. He also came out with the same scale, same size, and I believe that's probably a 1/6 scale or a 1/5 scale Frankenstein. So the creature from the Black Lagoon is the same scale that I have in kit form. I didn't get a pre-painted version, but fantastic these kits are. And on the very bottom is a little kit I've been working on. It's taken me a little while because I've been working with my weathering and all that. And this would be the Fantasy figures. And these are the ghosts from the Fantasy. And, you know, it's still a work in progress. And I'm practicing my shading and my weathering and using inks and oils. So it's got a ways to go. And speaking of figure kits that are out there, I would like to give a special shout out to Tagamo Model Works. Recently, he just finished up the 1/5 scale Batgirl, and that is fantastic what he did with it. It's probably the best one I've seen. Now that particular kit is a resin kit. It's very rare. I have one in my stash, so when I saw this, it just really got everything flowing. I mean, now I want to build that thing. But Tag, you did a wonderful job with that. Special shout out to you. I'll put a link down below in the description for his channel. You all head over to Tagamo Model Works YouTube channel and subscribe to him. He has some fantastic Star Wars builds. The guy is meticulous. He's a very good builder, and his videos are very easy to watch. But going along with that, I think Boyd Crompton puts on a fantastic show every year with the Halloween group build in his spectacular 3rd annual Halloween group build.
Good evening, my fellow ghouls and goblins.
When I watch him, he simply, brings back a lot of childhood memories,
to host our second annual
brings a big
Halloween
smile to my
Spooktacular
face.
show. Yes.
I'll be back, and I will show you what my entry will be for the group build.
I just like to pet nice things, smooth things.
Lon Chaney Jr. has one legacy, and that's the Universal horror films.
father loved it. He loved to act.
Welcome back. Growing up, I had a fondness for Halloween, not necessarily for dressing up and doing all that type of thing and doing the trick-or-treating, but my fondness was in the movies. So I thought doing this group build, I would tie that in to my youth. And the movies that I enjoyed the most were the Universal Pictures monster movies. And we're talking about Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, the Invisible Man, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and you know, those were the movies that I enjoyed the most. Now, when I was in my early 20s and late teens, I used to dress up like the Wolfman. I mean, I bought the kits that you could glue the hair on your face and the teeth and the makeup, and it was quite convincing, and I would scare a lot of kids. And my wife back then, when we were first married, I think the first couple years is when I did that, and she was very impressed that my makeup looked that good, and I was able to frighten the little ones that were coming to the front door for candy. I didn't try to frighten them, but I would answer, and they would see, you know, hey, uh-oh, that's not a normal person standing there, all this hair on their face. But anyway, to go along with that, I'm going to go ahead and build this bad boy right here. And this is from Horizon. It's the Wolfman. It's depicts Universal Studios' 1941 The Wolfman, starring Lon Chaney Jr. This kit is a vinyl kit. It's no longer available, and it's kind of a rarity to find out there. It's 1/6 scale, and I don't see a date when it came out. This came out in 1993. So it's all vinyl, and I think what I need to do is pick up a base for it, a wooden base, and I may throw some lights on it, on the base, to shine up on them. But this is the kit here. Let me open it up. There I go, I ripped the box. Alright, so pull out the kit instructions. Lots of written instructions on how to do it. The paints instructions, trimming, gluing, and assembling the pieces. And it shows some of the other kits that are in the line. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, and the Mummy. Also along with it is a vinyl modeling manual. And in there we have instructions for vinyl model making on assembly, painting, and some advanced techniques. Now, working with vinyl is not that easy. I've never done it before, so this is going to be my first, so I can't guarantee I'll get this done before the end of the group build, which I believe is October 28th, according to Boyd. So if you head over to the model shop or the TrekWorks channel, Boyd has an introduction for the group build, and I believe it runs till October 28th, and then I think he'll have the show Halloween night, but I'm not sure. And here's another piece here, the business card. But let's look at the parts. Still in the plastic wrap. It was actually opened when I purchased it. I bought this used, obviously. So we have very nice likeness of the Wolfman. Nice detail. And as you see, vinyl is hollow, so I'll have to work with that. Which brings up another thing. You have Chris Cortell at Classic Plastic 101. He's built a few of these vinyl kits, and he actually goes through his steps and procedures for working with the vinyl and actually filling the internals with expanding foam and such to make them a little heavier and just make them easier to work with. So I highly recommend Chris Cortell's Classic Plastic 101. So that's what I'll be doing with this. Is definitely will be maybe putting some plaster of Paris in the bottom just to add a little weight, and the rest will be with some expanding foam. And I'll definitely want to use some pins on the feet to attach it to the base. This is going to be fun. This is a very large kit. Pull them all out so you don't hear the plastic. Anyway, here's one of the hands. Very nice sculpt. Here's the other. And the foot. You know, there's recasts out there from Taiwan, and if you pick them up, you'll note that the detail on those is not as good as the detail on the original releases of these. So beware of that. If you're expecting to pick yourself up one of those, you know, it's not going to have the detail that this particular piece has. Here's the whole leg. And you can see it's even numbered, you know, and there's writing on the bottom. Authenticating. When you get them from Taiwan, they do not have that. So this is an original vinyl. One of the arms. You know, and these are, they're pliable. If you see here, they're pretty pliable, especially here. A lot of times you cut off the end pieces here, and this will be glued with a 5-minute epoxy. I think super glue works with these too. I'm not sure about regular model glue if it will work with vinyl, because like I said, I've never used it before. Those of you who have experience with vinyl, please let me know in the comments below on the best route to use to glue it together. Alright, so that is the Wolfman from Horizon Hobbies. So if you happen to run across one of these someday, add it to your stash. It's worth having. I've had this in my stash for a little while. And of course I have all the Revell releases that are out there for the Wolfman too, including the Illuminators, the glow-in-the-dark ones. But I look forward to building them. Head over to TrekWorks, the model shop, and join us in this fantastic Halloween group build.
How does it go? Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. Welcome home, Larry.
I'm mighty glad to be here, Farley. I was just looking at town.
Oh, naturally. I want you to know not only the pretty girls, but the old men and women and the young men.
I told you I couldn't go out with him. I'm engaged. I'm going to be married very soon.
Yet you wore those earrings that I like.
Baylor the gypsy was killed last night.
I only saw a wolf.
Whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
Do you believe in werewolves?
I believe that a man lost in the mazes of his mind may imagine that he's anything.
I killed Baylor. I killed Richardson. If I stay around here much longer, you can't tell who's gonna be next.
Stop it! Stop it! You're not a child, laddie. You're a grown man, and you believe in the superstitions of a gypsy woman.
You don't believe the witch's tales, do you?
They caught nothing in the traps, and now they're gonna hunt the wolf.
Jenny Williams. She's been murdered, sir. No!
Who was that?
I saw them.